citizens, Councillor Gian-Carlo Carra here, Ward 9 TV, the COVID-19 letter response series. This is a letter from Jay, who is asking about tall buildings in Inglewood. And the letter goes, I'm writing you to express my concern about the above-mentioned development application. As an Inglewood resident and one who loves our amazing and unique community, I would hate to see the changes proposed in the application. The current height restrictions are great, and they should be maintained in our area. I'm not opposed to development, but believe it should be done in a manner that can add to the culture and feel of the community and not detract from it. I believe the proposed height in this application would negatively affect the neighborhood. What is the best way I can put my feelings forward so they are considered? Any advice that you can offer would be greatly appreciated. And I believe the particular project that Jay is referring to here is the round square block right on the corner of 9th Avenue and 12th Street, across from Spalumbo's and across from the knitting shop. So that's a good question, Jay, and I will let you know first off that my job as a city councilor is to remain amenable to persuasion, and that's the official term that exists in the Municipal Government Act, until after the public hearing of council. So your best bet is to write letters to Calgary Planning Commissioners, and I believe that the round square block has been to Calgary Planning Commission, and it was sent back by Calgary Planning Commission because Calgary Planning Commission wanted to put an actual number, a number value, a dollar value on the relationship between saving the historic bank building that the building nestles into and getting extra height for doing that. And basically the deal that had been struck between the planning department and Round Square was that they would protect the bank, designate it as a heritage asset, and then integrate into it in return for some extra height. And I don't think Planning Commission was opposed to that, but they said this is something that we need to quantify and understand the numbers, values on very seriously. So they sent it back for that. Planning Commission is the technical review board that basically looks at the recommendation of administration and offers a sober second thought, a sort of a set of expert eyes on the technical planning merits of an application before it moves on to council. The time in between council and Planning Commission and it getting to council is used for official advertising so that everyone knows it's coming to council. And then at council, people can come and they can speak either in favor, against, or in between regarding land use applications. Land use applications come before council. Development permit applications are decided by either administration as an executive function or by Calgary Planning Commission if it's a larger project. And this particular project is coming with land use and the development permit coming up closely behind it. The good thing about that is that we know exactly what we're getting. And you know, anytime someone can change a proposal, but if they've spent money on development permit drawings, chances are they're fairly committed to that outcome, and it's going to take, you know, something spectacular for that to change. And so we have a very clear understanding of what this proposal is, and what it is clearly doing is it's saying that the 20-meter historic height limit is not appropriate to Center Court Inglewood. This is the argument that the project's making. And on top of this is the most important corner in the entire neighborhood. It's a couple blocks from the multi-billion-dollar Green Line project. It's right where 12th Street, which is going to become a very beautiful active mode street connecting all the way to the Crossroads Market through and connecting two Green Line stations at the Crossroads and at the Ramsey Inglewood station. And the streetscape master plan investment in Inglewood. They're saying this corner is 100% corner, and you need to have something architecturally significant and stunning. And so, you know, my job as a counselor, if someone's asking for something that's completely beyond the pale, to tell them what they're asking for is completely beyond the pale and try and dissuade them. This one, I don't think is beyond the pale. I think it's a tough conversation that we need to have, but it's a fair ball and we need to play it. And so your opportunity to get involved in this conversation is to write letters to Calgary Planning Commission. That's probably the door's sort of shut on that, although you do have a couple weeks at this point to get back to them and let them know what you think. But more importantly, it's at the public hearing of council that you have the opportunity to stand up, say your piece for 5 minutes, go back and forth with questions from council if they have them. And it's only after receiving an official professional recommendation from administration, a oversight recommendation from Calgary Planning Commission, and listening to the input of citizens that council makes its call. We're expecting the Round Square block to get to council at the end of July. We're probably still going to be in COVID-19 lockdown, which means that your ability to present is going to have to be over the phone. We just had 121 people submit on conversion therapy meeting that I chaired, so I can tell you that the ability to be heard and to convey your message to council is very possible, even in an age of COVID-19. Contact my office. You already have. We will be in touch with how to weigh in at council. And I just want you to understand that there's a lot going on this file, and I have to be open and thoughtful about all of that because I too love Inglewood, and I want to make sure that everything we do there enhances the community and doesn't detract from it. Thank you so much.